So what made you want to be a patron for Access? What did they do for you?
It's basically, I feel like Access is essentially like in school the entire time you're told that higher education is like science or English or maths or like all of that, and if you're bad at science, English and maths, then you're an idiot and you're not going to get a good job, and that's going to be the end of it. Whereas I think Access is basically like a light at the end of the tunnel for high school going, I don't like any of this, but I love music. Oh, and there's somewhere where I can actually do higher education for music and actually get a degree or a diploma or whatever out of it. And it also gave my mum, who was very keen on me getting higher education, a sort of like, oh, like he's not throwing his life away, you know, he's actually going somewhere and getting some form of a degree or education. And what it did for me, I would say is, you know, I did the one in Bromley by Bow in London. I got to meet loads of cool people, like-minded people when I first moved to London. It allowed me to get a government grant to actually move to London. And once I was in London, it was only 2 days a week. So I would do 2 days a week at Access and I would gig every single night. And the other 5 days a week, I would go in studios in the day. And through Access, you basically meet different producers or different musicians or different... It was like, I'd say the educational side of it is what... at the core of it is what it is, but I think the actual freedom that it gives you as a young performer or writer or whatever is actually the key to it, because it's basically you go to a thing where it's not like a massive commitment and they encourage you to do stuff outside of it. Like in my high school, when I went there, it was very much like, no, you can't have a day off school to go to London to do a gig, even though eventually it was like that. My music teacher, Mr. Hanley, was awesome. But originally it was like, no, you can't do that. Whereas with Access, like I would miss like maybe a Monday because I'd have a studio session, but like everyone was cool with that because it's like, well, that's what the whole point of it is. You know, you're meant to go and do that.
Yeah. I guess it gives you the experience to kind of actually do it, which is...
Totally. And like loads of people around you being encouraging. You know, I had great tutors at Access that, you know, like not even in the field that I was in, you know, they weren't necessarily the same genre or the same instruments or the same like interests or anything, but it was very encouraging of like, this is good, please carry on with it.